Hello YouTube, I'm Ben Ward.
I'm Jonathan Markwell, and you're watching the NGB Show.
Indeed. It's a bit of a quick one this time round, because the impending madness of E3, and I'm not going to lie, lots of technical difficulties, including dead laptops and malfunctioning hardware, basically, has meant that we've not been able to get a massive show together. So we're going to go through a few things now, but the main one a lot of people have asked us is, how do you get more space on your PS4? So,
How do you do that?
Magic, mate. I'm going to show you. Okay. We're going to show you right now.
All right. How do I get all of these onto one of those?
Onto one of these?
Onto one of those.
Right, well, as we all know, informative time. 500 gig is not exactly a big hard drive in today's gaming landscape. So if you want to get all them onto there, you are going to need one of these. It's a USB hard drive. So I'm going to run you through a quick tutorial on how to do it. And yeah, we'll have 2 terabytes of lovely storage to fit them, and a whole lot more. Okay, first things first, before you start this, please make sure you back your data up. That can either be using the PS4's backup utility, you will need to have another spare hard drive free to do that, or you can back all your saves up to the cloud. If you do that, you will have to re-download all your patches and everything, but it's kind of a price you pay for replacing the hard drive in the machine. Either way, you're going to have to get all the data back on it, so just make sure you've done that. What you're going to need is your PlayStation 4, you're going to need a USB hard drive, which we'll put a link to in the description. You will need a USB stick as well to put the PS4 software on, and you need a screwdriver. That's about it. First thing to do, slide off the top cover. It pops off a little bit, don't worry about it, you've not broken it, and then you just need to pull it, wiggle it a little tiny bit, and it comes off. Pop that down. Next thing to do is take a screwdriver, make sure it's a crosshead, and just slowly unscrew this screw here. So once it's up, you can undo it with your thumbs. And why not take a little marvel at it, because it has the Sony PlayStation symbols on it. Very, very cool. Next thing you need to do, slide out the hard drive. So slid it out, and on the sides, if you notice, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. They're the grommets that hold the hard drive in place. So what you need to do, again, simply put your screwdriver in, unscrew them, make sure you don't lose the screws, as I probably nearly did. Okay, so we've got the PS4 hard drive out. Now what we need to do is find our USB hard drive. Put a link in the description to where you can buy these from. They're about 65 quid or so for a 2 terabyte drive. And here we go, it's a Seagate. So all we need to do is pry open. If you have a plastic spudger tool, it's relatively straightforward. Don't worry if you're hearing little popping noises, it's just the brackets coming off on the drive itself. And as you can see, it's fairly straightforward to do. This is one that we've already done, so you'll just have to bear with us. Basically, all you need to make sure, when you take it out, there will be silver foil all the way over this bit here. Make sure you take it off carefully, and you should be good to go. Then what you need to do is just pry the sides a little bit and pop the drive out of that case. And then you are left with the hard drive and a USB SATA connector. Pop that off, and we'll do the next step. Okay, next step is essentially putting this, which is the drive we've taken out of the USB, into here, which is the PlayStation 4's caddy. Slide that in, and you should be able to see that the holes pretty much match up with those screw holes. Take the screws that you had before, pop them in there until it locks into place, and then just start it off with your fingers before taking your screwdriver, tightening them all up. We've got the hard drive, got it in the caddy for the PS4. It's really straightforward. Pop it in there, slide it back in, give a bit of a push, make sure it's nice and firm. Take the PlayStation screw, as I'm going to call it, pop it back in here, and just screw that down nice and gently until it's just tight enough to give you a bit of trouble. And then take your hard drive cover, put it back on, push it on, and you're good to go. Next step is the software bit. But before you're done, just so that we know you've got a 500 gig hard drive kicking about spare now. This is why you buy an external one. Take the 500 gig hard drive, put the connector on there, pop that on the end, push it down, and now it's connected. All you need to do then is put it back into your USB case like that, push the lid back down, and you've got yourself a 500 gig external hard drive to use for whatever you want, whether you want to use it for game captures, whether you want to use it for videos of a certain nature, or whether you want to use it for whatever. Just, go nuts, it's yours. Okay, the next thing you're going to need to do once you've installed the hard drive is turn the PS4 back on. You'll need to have a USB stick with the firmware file saved in a folder that's called PS4, and then within that folder you need to have one called Update, all in capital letters. Once you've done that, you need to make sure that you turn the PS4 on, have that USB stick inserted, and then you'll get the following message on the screen. So go to OK here, and it says please wait, and then essentially it just starts installing the software. It will say that it's initializing it first off. You need to tick yes for that one, of course. It'll initialize it, and then it'll update the system software. Once you've updated the system software, you'll be able to go all the way back through to your main menu, and once you've done that, you'll be able to have a lovely 2 terabytes worth of storage on the PS4. And there we go. You now have 2 terabytes of storage on your PS4 to fill with all of the games.
Thanks, mate. You've really sorted me out.
Yeah, it's all right. No, you're welcome. See you later.
See ya. The lovely people at HTC sent us one of their VR headsets to play with, HTC Vive. And we've had a lot of fun with it. We're going to have a super big episode of all the stuff we have done with it soon.
VR special, mate.
VR special, VR troopers. But in the meantime, we're going to show you what happens when we reduce a grown man to jelly by giving him a VR horror game.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so we've put Matthew in Sisters. Which is a somewhat scary VR experience.
I do not envy you at all, Matthew.
This is freaking weird. Oh!
You are in all sorts of trouble.
So, keep your torch on.
What are you supposed to be doing here? Just looking around for shit?
Yeah, you're just kind of supposed to look around and see if you can find anything that makes this a little less creepy.
I imagine whatever you find is only going to make it worse. Can you pick up that doll or anything? Look at that. Can you? What's the radio do? What's the radio do? Anything?
I don't think it does anything.
Okay. Just keep looking around, Matthew.
I'm not going to lie, I played this for about 45 seconds and went, no, absolutely not.
I wouldn't even have turned it on in the first place. Horror games are not a thing I wish to get involved with in any way.
No, and I mean the thing is, with VR, you can't get away from it.
Really? You can't get away from horror? I thought you were playing you can't get away from horror games. I was like,
Hey, where'd you go?
So the doll's gone missing. Which is always good.
I don't like it.
Oh, mate. I bet you want to watch the screen.
It's alright.
It's not alright though, is it? It's far from alright.
When I say you can't get away from it, I mean you can't get away from the images.
I thought you were implying you can't get away from like horror games on VR.
No. Well, there are a lot of them, to be fair.
Horror and porn, that's basically the mainstays of VR.
It's the mainstays of any form.
Oh! Yeah. Any technology you can think of will eventually be used for pornography. There's no way you can get around that. Apart from not Nintendo Wii.
So there's this. Is that? Where's it gone? Where's the doll?
They want to know where the doll is. Oh. Oh. Oh, mate.
What's going on? That's creepy.
Whoa! Shit! Get out!
Apologies to my neighbours. We're going to talk about some free games because people like games and people like free games because you have to pay for them. They're free. Yeah. They're not really free, are they? Some of the subscription services things.
Well, yeah, but you know, they're as free as you can get. This month, Microsoft owners, or Xbox owners, Xbox One owners get The Crew.
Right.
They get Goat Simulator. And if Goat Simulator is good. And if you're watching this before the 15th, I think you can still pick up. I think you can still pick up Costume Quest 2 as well. That's a decent.
What is that?
It's a like Halloween trick or treating game.
Okay, right.
It's like an RPG. It's quite good fun actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It's very decent. Right. And then PlayStation owners, if you've got PS4, you will be able to pick up NBA 2K16.
Mm-hmm.
Good game. Good AAA game. Right. And it's still not knack, but who cares? And also Gone Home. If you don't like Gone Home, or if you don't know what Gone Home is, it's a walking simulator, and lots of people think it's boring, but I actually think it's all right. So,
is it scary?
Not really. It's as scary as you let your mind get it. There's nothing necessarily scary that happens in it.
Okay.
You just wind yourself up over things. You go like, oh, that looks like it could be.
So nothing happens in it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So yeah, Gone Home, NBA 2K16. If you've got a Vita, all three of you, there is God of War Chains of Olympus and Little Deviants. And also on the PS3, there is Siren Blood Curse and Echo Chrome. Nice little puzzle game with a mannequin. Yeah, so, of course, just realised as well, Xbox 360 owners and Xbox One owners also get XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is a fantastic game and will devour weeks of your life if you let it.
Do you find out who the enemy is by the end? Are they still unknown?
Mate, the enemy's known by like the first 5 minutes. It's unknown
it's
when
not very accurate, is it really?
Well, it's unknown when it arrives, and then you kind of realise.
They're all unknown when they arrive, aren't they?
Yeah, that's
before you introduce yourself and say,
like,
I'm the enemy.
Well, yeah, they don't exactly do that. They go, and then they come at you with like an alien thing.
That noise again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the free games for the month. That's all we've got time for this time around. We're going to have to cut this one short, but stay tuned because next week is E3. T3.
What does E3 stand for?
The Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Oh.
Basically, it's 3 E's.
I thought something to do with the elephants.
No.
Okay.
No.
Disappointing.
So elephants, excrement, and...
Elephant Entertainment Extravaganza?
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go see some elephants or something.
Okay.
Basically, myself and Gary heading out to LA. We're going to live it up and pretend to be journalists for a week. Then we're going to see some video games. We are going to have a ton of videos come through. So we're going to be playing stuff. We're going to be looking at stuff. I'm going to interview some people. It's going to be amazing. And then when we get back, we're going to do a big old episode that's focusing mainly on VR. So,
wow.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff ready for that.
All of the VR.
All of it.
Too much, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to do us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, social stuff. I'll just hit Jonny in the face. And like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.